Hi, I'm Tim Carter, AskTheBuilder.com. Today we're going to talk a little bit about under slab drainage. But before we do, a little bit of housekeeping. Number one, this is not my job. I am not building this house. Some other builder is building it. So if you see any flaws during the video that I don't point out, it's not my fault. Number two, if you discover something new, if I help you save time or money, why don't you buy me a couple of beers? That's not too much to ask, right? All you have to do is just below the video, you see that big thanks text link? It's got a heart next to it. Just click that and buy me a couple of beers. I'd really appreciate it. Let's get started. This particular house is built on solid rock, and behind me, up on that hill, that is solid granite, just about a foot or two underneath the surface. In the spring, when the snow melts, and here in New Hampshire, where we are located, I'm in central New Hampshire, there could be 2 or 3 feet of snow up on that hillside. It goes way up behind the house. And when it rains, there's going to be lots of water headed to this house. Believe me, even though they have great foundation waterproofing, and they've got drain tile in, there's a really good chance that water is going to somehow find its way underneath the drain tile because it's higher than the bottom of the footing. All right, that's really important. So water can seep underneath the slab and it needs to get out. You can see this is the under slab I'm talking about. This entire area here is going to be filled up with gravel, coarse gravel, just like this. This gravel here, it's about the size of walnuts, a little bit bigger than that. They're going to fill that entire area to the top of the footing right here. So it's going to have about a foot worth of gravel in there. And there's a really good chance that they're going to put these perforated drain pipes in there as well as a network for radon mitigation. But that's going to be a completely separate video. I hope they do that. If not, they're making a big mistake. But we're not talking about radon. Water is going to collect in here. It's going to get underneath the slab. It needs to find its way out. What they did, the builder did, is he put a sleeve right here that's partially filled with concrete. They'll be able to chip that out, not a problem. Here's the issue. This is a big problem. I pointed this out in another video. This distance right here from the top of the pipe sleeve to the top of the foundation is only about 7 or 8 inches. The building code requires that the soil be no higher than right here. There should be 6 inches of exposed foundation. That means there's only 2 or 3 inches of soil on top of where this drain pipe's going to come through. And here in New Hampshire, by the end of December, the ground's going to be frozen. So that particular pipe coming out of here could get choked with ice. How is the water going to get out of here? I'll show you. I'm standing back from that sleeve, and I want to show you what's going on. This is all going to be paved area, no doubt, blacktop here. That may be a little bit of grass up in here. But let me show you what's going on. So if I rotate around 180 degrees, that's where the driveway is going to go up to the garage. But this is the driveway down to the street. And of course, this is all going to be probably a landscaped area. But look how far down. From where I'm standing to where this area is right here is at least a 6-foot drop in elevation. From here all the way back up to the sleeve. What I would have done is I would have dug a trench underneath the footing at least 4 feet deep, maybe 5 feet deep, and that trench would have come all the way, have a little bit of fall to it. It would just keep coming across here. Once again, remember, it's about 5 feet deep, 4 feet deep, and then down here, that pipe would be exposed, all right? And so that's how the water would flow away from the house. But here's what's really important. Way up here, what I would have done is as that pipe down 4 or 5 feet down, I would have put a T-fitting. And that T-fitting would allow a vertical pipe to come up all the way to the surface. I would have put a cap on that you could screw out. And if that pipe down by the street ever got choked with ice, you could then take the cap off up here and pour into the pipe a brine solution, a hot water solution that has a lot of salt in it, and that would free up that pipe down below. Simple as that. It would melt the ice and allow the water to continue to drain. You might have to do it a couple of times in the winter, but that's okay. That's how I would have dealt with this particular problem, and I can tell you it's going to be severe. It's too late to do it now. They would have to chip up so much rock. It's solid bedrock underneath that footing. They're not getting it up. They're not going to make a trench. It's too late. All right, remember, if you discovered something new, buy me a couple of beers. All you have to do is click the thanks text link underneath this video. I really, really appreciate it. I'm Tim Carter, AskTheBuilder.com.
If you want to discover more home improvement tips, go to AskTheBuilder.com.